the reason why I was even in this situation was because my mom threw me in a dumpster
Wow.
at 6 months old. The neighbor found me in that dumpster. That's the only reason why I guess I'm here today, because the neighbor was taking out their trash and she heard a baby crying and said, wait a minute, I know his mom. So she brought it over to my grandma, and that's when my mom lost custody of me.
There's nothing wrong with having trauma. We all do. You just need to do something about it. Come on, unpack your trauma with it. Welcome to another episode. It's been a minute. My turn to talk. I'm excited today. Matter of fact, before I get into it, I'm going to introduce our guest for today. I just lost his book. He has a book written out, and excited to share that. But if I can't find it, sir, I just had it here. But anyway, thank you for being here. Excited to have you today. Again, today is an interesting topic. We're talking about suicide, particularly in men, and some of the challenges that men having with talking about those experiences. And Chris, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
Chris today, who met through Rodney, our other co-host here, met this young man and said he has a great story to tell. So we're excited because, I've been doing mental health for 15, 20 years, maybe 20 years now. And suicide is a big one. And I was sharing with Chris briefly when we met. At the age of 7, I thought about suicide, but I didn't know it was suicide until I got in the education field, until I got educated, took up a degree, I would say. And I found out that I had suicide ideation because I remember at 7 years old, my dad OD'd of heroin, and I was so depressed as a kid that he had left us, and I wrote a letter, but then I didn't want to live no more, but not detailed. I said I didn't want to live. I want to be my dad. Yeah, I threw the letter up, threw it in the trash can. My mother found it, and she like, oh, what's this about? I said, I don't know. Then I felt good. Oh, I was just talking. I didn't have no plan. I didn't have a plan or anything. But she said, no, I got you. We love you. Anything you need, Mom, here. And I never had that again. But so what that's called suicide ideation. You have thoughts of not wanting to be here. It don't mean that you want to go kill yourself, but you didn't feel like living, which also ties into depression too. I'm just not feeling good. People don't realize that. And I said, oh, so sometimes when clients come in, we're like, oh, yes, I sometimes don't feel like living. We put no patients have suicide ideation without a plan. Now, our guest today, Chris is going to share. I'm reading the story briefly. I'm going to try to find his book here again and let him tell the story a little bit more throughout this today interview, I would say. But just a casual conversation I'm telling Chris. And he'll share what he went through, who led him up to actually going through trying to actually end his life. So you got to get to a very severe stage in your life that you feel like this is it. I'm done. And for men, they usually try use a gun. They don't do it. But usually, if you have like one attempt, sometimes have usually by the second attempt they'll do it. So men are more likely to go through it with using weapons. So sometimes, if a man come in and say, "Have a suicide thought? So any weapons at home?" He said, "I have a gun." That's all right. You maybe create a safety plan. Maybe have someone take the guns from you, take out the house, or maybe have it locked up. Or he'll come away because we know if the gun in the house, more than likely, a man would probably use that weapon. So we're trying to make you safe. And then we're most focused on like what got you there, your depression, and we'll get more into it as we're going here. And so anyway, I'm your host, Dr. Case Marsh. Again, welcome to another episode of My Turn to Talk.
Yes.
Where we help men unpack their trauma, and Chris is going to help us today from his story. Rodney, what's going on with you? I know last time I met you was going through schooling and finished your life coaching. How's that going?
It's going good. I've had sessions in person and online, so it's growing. I'm reaching out now to a couple of children groups out, where I live at, and so I want to, be able to help assist that because that's part of my thing, children and youth.
That's good.
So yeah, I'm excited about that. So I have a session hopefully today still. It doesn't get canceled or anything, but it's been a good journey. So I'm excited about this topic because of family members and friends, and just reading through some of Chris' book, Boom. And I can't. What's the subtitle of it again?
Boom. Oh, the Life and Times.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's pretty serious. I've only gotten halfway through yet, but so I'm excited to see how Dr. Marsh do what he do. And so I'm here as a bystander, maybe a few questions.
No, you got questions.
Do what you do. So I'm excited. Let's do it.
Please, this guy can talk. Bro, he can take over this whole thing. So this is a super smart, educated dude. Anyway, we're excited, but so we got Chris Batts. Is that said right?
Batts.
Batts. Yeah. And again, as Rodney was saying, a life coach expert on the panel today. Boom is the name of his book, The Life and Times of a Suicide Near-Death Experiencer. You see, not experiencer. So he's talking from experience. He's been there, So Chris, just before I go into that, just tell me who you are, your age, where do you work at? Not the company where nobody can find you. Like, tell so much.
I work as a special ed instructional aide from my school district. My plan actually just graduated with 2 AAs.
Awesome.
Okay. So a couple months back. So now I'm working on my bachelor's program. It actually starts today.
Oh, okay. Congratulations.
So, yeah, thanks.
What's your bachelor's going to be in? He up
okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. Should I start over? Oh yeah. My name is Chris Batts. I'm a special ed instructional assistant for my school district. I've been doing this for almost like 10 years. Just got a couple AAs a couple months back, and now I'm working on my bachelor's program, which starts today. And
congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have my bachelor's in elementary education and transfer that over to probably a master's in deaf studies, so I can be an interpreter. I love sign language.
Okay.
Yeah.
What makes you love sign language?
I don't know. I was working for an autistic kid at the time when I was working for Regional Center.
Okay.
And he took a class at the college, and he was like, I took this class, you should try it. And he's like, yeah, this class ain't for me. He quit like after a month. Mm-hmm. And I never gave up sign language after that. Oh, it stuck to me.
So you do a little sign language now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How good are you in sign language right now?
I'm rusty because I haven't interpreted for a minute, but it comes back to you because occasionally I'll run into somebody deaf, and I can be like, oh, you deaf? Or, like, what's your name? Or like stuff like that.
Oh, that's really good. That's
good. Like at Starbucks one time, there was this guy, nobody can hear. So then I reach out to him. I'm like, you deaf? And then we start talking. I'm like, what do you want to drink? Stuff like that. And
that's all right. Yeah. Wait a minute. You self-taught yourself?
Oh, no. I took a class. So,
you took extra class. Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of my units that I got my AA in were from sign language.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all. That's so good. My daughter-in-law, she knows a little sign language, and like she was teaching her kids, hungry, want to eat. More. Yeah. More. This is more, and
more.
This is eat. Okay.
Yeah.
What is this right here? This something like you do like here?
What, like this?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Or you could also say good. So it's like good is down. Thank you is like more out.
Thank you.
It's so exact.
Okay.
Real exact.
Yeah. It's great because I actually, I was intrigued by it too, just from watching. I said, man, it's so cool. You can learn different ways to talk to people. Yeah. I think that's so cool. Okay. Yeah. That's good, man. All right. If you want to do a little sign language, let me know. Anyway, well, thank you, Chris, for being here.
Yeah. Appreciate you having me here, actually.
Oh, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for you and Rodney relationship. And he met you and told me so much about you, and I was excited to meet you and bring you on our show. So again, thank you again. So you have been me today. You have been other men. We have like over 20K followers. So we really appreciate you being today.
Yeah, it's a serious topic.
Yeah, man, serious. Well, Rodney, why do you think it's a serious topic? Why you feel it's a serious topic?
Over the years of seeing, news and media wise, that the numbers increased significantly, and with not just older people, but with children, being bullied on social media, and they want to take their lives, because of that. But now I know that other things stem to help build that platform to where that's, like you said, I'm just done.
Right.
So to be able to talk about it, and especially with men in our culture, we don't talk about vulnerabilities
Right,
much,
right,
right? We
right.
always got to be strong. You know, that's why we love sports and superheroes.
Mhm.
We want to be in that realm all the time.
Exactly.
You know, and that's kind of how culture has taught us too. Hey, stop that crying, be a man,
Yeah.
man up, and all these type of things, right?
Exactly. Mhm.
So I know this is something, and hearing people over just the last few months, hearing these things from
Mhm.
people that I would have never thought would ever considered
Right.
suicide.
Mhm.
I said, wow, even to the point, you know, where another relative asked me, had I ever thought about it?
Mm.
I said, no, I was the other guy. I was the vengeful guy. I was on that side of the fence, you know, but I know not that end. Cause me, when it got like that, it's like, no, you hurting me, then we got to do something about it. So I'm the Batman of that story. But I was shocked that some people even considered it.
Right.
Like you mentioned a word earlier I had never heard before, where like you thoughts, no plan.
Oh, suicide ideation.
Suicide ideation.
Ideation.
Okay, that's a new one. So I'll definitely
Yeah.
be looking that up.
Yeah. So if you put like a treatment plan, so a person has suicide ideation, suicide thoughts, but we call it suicide ideation, or these actually they're suicidal. I mean, they did something when
Okay.
they actually had so they come in like, I sometimes don't feel like living. So we're like, ooh. So in the third we hear like, well, what's going on? Tell me you mean I feel like living.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel like just getting in my car and just just driving a 405 and just go over the bridge. Well, how often do you think about that? At least I mean, 5 times a week when I'm going to work. And then how close have you got to that? Once I almost did. What stopped you? The car stopped blowing at me. I was blowing the horn at me. I said, okay. So now I'm on a treatment plan, like suicide thoughts. Actually had a plan. Actually tried it.
Okay.
So now we need to get more aggressive with the treatment plan. More
makes
like
sense.
might say, okay, maybe a psychiatric referral. What's going on? Maybe do a safety plan. Get other people involved. Then I look for my ask question like, what stopped you from doing it? Like Chris said, have kids, but that wasn't his reason. But he'll tell you a story later. He said, well, I would never go through because I love my kids.
Okay.
So we put that, won't do it because it's kids. Or something like, I won't do it because I love my dog. I want, whatever it is, something that's keeping them
Attached.
Or they might say for religious reason, they might say, well, I wouldn't do it because I know I can go to hell for that.
Mm-hmm.
And they won't do it for that reason. I've heard people say that.
Yes, I have too.
And so you write that down. Okay, he had these thoughts. They're pretty pervasive or intrusive, I would say, but he or she's not going forward because they have these reasons to live.
Okay.
All right. Or we might say, okay, all right, what you got any plans for the future? Well, Thanksgiving comes, so I'm going to Texas to see my family. Okay, so we got futuristic plans. So we know nothing happened right now after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So all that, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we putting together. Okay,
Makes
we
sense.
good. But now, like, man, I don't know. But they start disconnecting. No, I don't talk to nobody. I sold all my last possession. I gave away everything. Oh yeah, they ready.
Right. Okay.
So we got to really get aggressive.
Okay.
And so then, so that man, it's crazy. So it's a great question you asked. But then it's one of the things I was reading here was saying like one of the things that mess up men, particular men, like you said, and we've done many topics like this. But I got to be strong. I'm self-reliant.
Mhm.
Because expressing vulnerability is a sign of weakness. I was sharing when you was talking earlier. And then this pressure leads men to, like I think you said, tough it out.
Yeah, just be tough. You're supposed to deal with this.
Man up, man.
Yeah, man up.
You acting like a punk. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You weak, man. You soft, man. I don't do this. I just go drink a 40 or something. Smoke this joint. You cool. All the other stuff that don't help solve it just suppresses it.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead. You was go ahead. What you thinking? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. And so matter of fact, man, I feel it's so much I want to talk about reading your book. Because that's what you did. You suppressed it you were sharing your story and you let with alcohol and
Pills, promethazine syrup, dilatin pills, trying to just overdose on them.
Dang.
Just trying to get out of here.
Just trying to get out of here. Man,
Yeah.
Chris. Thank God you can look now. Now you're on this podcast and now you helping people in the education field. You got reason to live. You have 2 kids?
Yeah.
Boy and a girl?
Boy and a girl.
What's the ages?
So 5, and I got another one that's 16.
That's it. Oh, you have 16-year-old.
Yeah.
This dude looks so young.
I know.
I mean, he's killing us here. He looks young, but got the gray hair throwing me off too, though. Okay, all right. So anyway, so Chris, again, thanks. So Chris, how do we start here? Tell me, before we get into the suicide attempt you did, because you went through with it. You were about to do it, and God intervened. You were sharing your spiritual intervention you got from God. Before that, just tell us who you were before. Matter of fact, what age were you when you tried to suicide?
Ooh, I was like 22 or something like that. 22 or 23.
So tell me, what was going on with you, a young man, before 22? What was your life like? Tell us if you're comfortable. Tell us.
Yeah, long story short.
No. Make a short story long.
Okay.
Go ahead. Don't worry about it. Go ahead. You
So
good?
I grew up in the foster system, and I had family members, but I don't really call them family members. They didn't seem like family members. They was just strangers, They cared more about their kids and stuff like that, and I always knew that. I remember at 4, I was asking, so when I was 6 months old, the reason why I was even in this situation was because my mom threw me in a dumpster.
Wow.
At 6 months old. The neighbor found me in that dumpster. That's the only reason why I guess I'm here today, because the neighbor was taking out their trash, and she heard a baby crying and said, wait a minute, I know his mom. So she brought it over to my grandma, and that's when my mom lost custody of me. Grandma took me, but
Your mom put you in the dumpster at 6 months?
6 months. Yeah. Now I see it as maybe like that postpartum, how a mom has a kid and they don't.
Right.
I know a lot of moms go through it.
Yeah.
I've seen, my kids, go through it or whatever. So, but that's why she lost me. So my grandma kept me till for like a year or something, but she lost me because she was in the hospital for a year. She had a nervous breakdown, and
Your grandma had nervous breakdown? At what age were you then?
Ooh, like 3, something like that.
Like 3,
so I went to a couple places, but finally end up staying at this particular house. And I remember at 4 years old, I was like asking myself, like, how do I raise myself?
You remember this at 4?
Yeah. Wow. I remember after school one day, I was watching these like old school shows. I always felt old inside.
Yeah.
So I was watching these old shows like Beverly Hillbillies, like Andy Griffith, all that other stuff.
That's
like,
my show. Yeah, that was my show. Okay.
Yeah, like Good Times, stuff like that.
Definitely Good Times.
Good Times, that was my favorite show. So I was always like watching the older people and what they do so I could try to mimic it or something.
Yeah.
If that makes
sense.
sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so I was like, well, maybe I'll just take these characters from these shows and like the manly characters, and that's how I'll try to conduct myself too. Other than that, I had my Uncle Rabbit. So I would always try to do what he did when I was allowed to see him.
Okay.
Yeah, so occasionally I went to his house for like on the weekend and stuff like that. We would spend time together.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, that was my favorite person.
Okay.
So, yeah, I learned a lot from him.
Well, what happened? You stopped really? You got choked up?
Oh, no. So, I lost him. And
he passed away?
Yeah, I lost him at 13.
Okay, let's slow it down. So, man, was your mom an addict? Anything?
I don't think so. She would always talk about how she was against drugs. So I think maybe it was something mental.
Okay.
But I don't ever remember her drinking, not once. I don't remember her doing no drugs or nothing like that. But she was homeless on the street.
She was homeless. Man.
Yeah.
Do you know who your dad is?
No, never met him.
And I'm getting, man, because I do this, I've done this so much for a living. I could feel your story, your pain already. I mean, just how you even get it. But you could tell you heal because you're talking about it. I have several clients right now that don't want to, we proximate trauma, but they don't want to keep doing it. I said, the more you talk about it, the better. That's how you unpack it. And that's what you've been doing. So thank you for your strength. I applaud you already, brother.
Yes.
But so at 6 months old, your mother put you in a dumpster. A neighbor found you.
Yeah.
Then your grandmother raised you. Then she had a nervous breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Then did she die?
No, she didn't die. She just was sick. She wasn't the same
So
after that nervous breakdown.
And that's at 3 years old. Now you have to go into a foster system.
Mm-hmm.
And then at 13, but from 4 to 13, whenever you had a chance they gave visitation rights. you would go see your uncle. That,
Well, it wasn't
how-
like I get what you're saying, like not
Mhm.
court visitation, but he was just always like, "I'm taking my boy for the weekend," and that's what it was.
from the foster people?
Yeah, they
They were
You know,
they were cool with it.
they were cool with it.
Okay, and then
That was my piece.
Okay.
and then at 13, your role model, he died.
Yeah,
Keep going. All right, go ahead.
yeah,
Keep going.
yeah. No, so up in between that, it was like 4 and 13. I was always going to church with this family, right? So we were always went to church. There's a lot of stuff I seen in church, and the way they were like, I'm not gonna lie, they weren't good people.
Okay.
They were like, I can say like physically abused, but that's most what everybody deals with. It's more, I think, the mental abuse, and it kind of affected me now. Like, I got certain weight issues now. I'm always worried about how I look because I was like chubby and fat. So my nickname was Fat Boy. You fat this, you fat mother this, mother that kind of thing like that.
Now, this was from the foster.
Mhm. And they treat their husbands the same way. Like, so I thought that was like normal for a woman to treat a dude like that, and dude wouldn't stand up for it. I don't know. Then we go to church all the time, and I'm like seeing a lot of people in church. They treat their kids the same way I was treated. So I'm like, mean,
calling
and
them
like
names?
mean and abusive and stuff. And it's like, wait a minute. And they always use, for me, one of the ones they always used on me was the Bible: "Spare the rod, spoil the child."
Oh yeah, of course they're gonna use
And
that.
that's the verse where that gives them just full reign to just
Beat the crap out of you.
Exactly.